Good afternoon and welcome once again to the Polity, reaching you live from Abuja. I'm Amadou Obewe and we have a lot in store for you today. It's a couple of days, about 26 days, till the inauguration of the President-elect Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who won the February 25 elections, defeating closest rivals, the PDP candidate Atiku Abubakar and the Labour Party candidate Peter Obi, and also the NNPP candidate Senator Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso. And now, as the build-up continues to that D-Day, where we'll be getting a new administration starting or kicking off from where the current President Muhammadu Buhari, left off after 8 years in power, there are expectations and there are also some issues leading up to this moment. I will be taking a look at this and what we could be expecting from the government of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and also his first 100 days in office, what that could look like, and possibly the manner or the quality of appointments that we will be getting or could be getting from the president-elect, who was once a governor of Lagos State and also a lawmaker. These are the issues today. Welcome once again. We'll go straight into the conversation, and much later we'll bring you more updates and reports on the state of the nation as of today, 3rd of May 2023. Now, I have been joined in the studio now by Mr. Musa Maman Kwantagora. He was a member of the 2023 PCC, and he's also a leader of the zonal stakeholders for North Central, particularly in the APC. Good afternoon and welcome to the program.
Good afternoon.
It's good to have you.
Thank you.
All right. First things first, what's it like from your end and your own contribution, or let me put it this way, your constituency, which you obviously delivered for your principal Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu during the elections. What's it now looking like after elections and the preparations for governance proper?
Okay, first and foremost, I have to give God glory, to give God the glory for the opportunity He has given to us to witness this election, though it comes with a lot of controversies, but we have get to the end of it. The committee for the inauguration have been set, and by the grace of God, from now till the 4 to 5 days, the list of the members will be out for the members that we partake in various committees for the preparation for the inauguration. But to me, there's a task ahead of us. It is not, Bola Ahmed Tinubu is not coming to rest. There are a lot of things that must have been done in the past government. There are a lot of corrections that need to be done. President Muhammadu Buhari have tried his best in time of infrastructural development and type of many things. But Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he's a politician of the present, so we are expecting more from him than the past. Because let me say, President Muhammadu Buhari have been in politics with the old system of politics during the military regime. But this is a former governor and once a lawmaker. So I think we expect much from him than what we have expected from Muhammadu Buhari. And as a member of the party and a loyal member of the party hands are on deck in order to see that we are united, because every time that we need to do, we have to be in unity before even, because if there is no unity, definitely there will be problem. And in terms of positions, a lot of things that people will be expecting.
Before we get into positions, I just want to touch on something you've already mentioned, which is there are bigger expectations. Is that really fair to the president-elect, being that, or looking at it from the angle that President Muhammadu Buhari actually met better circumstances as while coming in as president? And now when he's leaving, we have trillions in naira of debt. We have over 120 million Nigerians in multidimensional poverty. We have so many issues that are, the president-elect, the president at the time, President Ahmed Tinubu, will be facing. Is it really fair to have higher expectations for him if he has more problems to contend with than the current president did? How far can he really go if the one before him could not or is living with this much level of baggage?
Okay, to me, what I thought every day, or to my own expectation, is that we expect much from Bola Tinubu because going by the blueprint for his campaign has said it all, and we need to diversify the economy. You understand? We need to have a lot of means in order Nigeria to generate their economy. We have a lot of mineral resources. These mineral resources should not be taken out of the country by some hooligans and people that are just taking it for their own benefit. Let it be used for the benefit of Nigeria in order to reduce a lot of lack of unemployment. If a state can be able to mine gold, let it be that those miners are able to provide social amenities, are able to reduce the rate of unemployment, but not government giving the access of miners who come from abroad and just mine those things and take them out. It is for us. The mineral resources is for us, so we need to utilize it and use it very well. You understand? In terms of education, there are at least the education system should be corrected and amended. Entrepreneurship scheme, you understand? We're in a modern world now. It should be compulsory, the study of cybercrime, computer engineering, at least let it be as an entrepreneurship course in every institution. Because the government cannot provide job for everybody. But when you have a skill acquisition, we keep on wearing clothes every day. We keep on using systems and other devices every day. If the youth can be taught, if they can go into training on how to repair all those things, you understand? If you go to China and other places, these cell phones, a lot of these cell phones we're using, they are being made by the student that went through practical in various institutions. The government should not rely on white-collar job. The government should advise the citizens, you understand, should be able to stand on their own. This is what is weighing Nigeria back. A youth is expected to just, at the end of his graduation, to just work in the office, which is very wrong. We will go to school, everybody has his own calling. You might study law, but at the end of the day, you might not be a lawyer. And your own expectation is to be a lawyer. But at the end of the day, if it is a calling for you to use it for another thing, you have to use it for another thing. So the youth, we should rely on, yes, we should have another alternative, not expecting the government to provide everything for us. And in terms of security, also, this is not the issue of government alone. The traditional rulers, parents, you understand, elders, everybody should put hand on deck now if we really want to adjust the insecurity of this country. Government cannot do it alone. Security agency cannot do it alone. You understand? The youths that are being causing havoc in terms of insecurity, they have fathers, they have mothers, they have parents. You understand? They are from different states. So something needs to be done. All hands need to come on deck in order to make sure that Nigeria gets to be better. And again, for the opposition party that have competed with the president-elect, this is the time that will come into round table in order to adjust. Bola Ahmed Tinubu cannot do it alone. He can do it with the ideas of people that have different say with this country. The country is for all of us. It's not only for Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Now Bola Ahmed Tinubu will not be addressed as the president of APC. He's the president of Nigeria. So let us do justice to that. And in terms of ministerial appointment, I'm very, very sure there are some key ministerial positions that will be given to people that are intellectual, that have that sense of belonging, that will be able to make sure that they do something good in terms of education, finance, you understand, security, and a lot of things. You understand? So I'm assuring you, Nigerians need to come on deck. Pray to God. This country is our own. If we are thinking that if the country spoiled is for a particular section, no. It is for everybody. It's for the unborn generation. The amendment should be made now. And for the legislative, let them keep all the grievances aside and face the reality. I'm a party man. I'm sure few days to come or a week to come, the NWC of the party is working on zoning the leadership of the National Assembly. We have faced a lot of controversies in time of what? Selection of the president and the vice presidential candidate. Let us do justice to this. I am not expecting the party to bring out the Speaker for the House of Representatives from the zone of the Vice President or from the zone of the President. Let it be shifted. We have
What about the Senate?
Yes, we have 6 geopolitical zones. If we are to talk of the Senate, I think the Senate we are not having problem. You understand?
But can the Senate President come from either the President or the Vice President's region?
It shouldn't be. It shouldn't. If we are to do justice.
But there is an argument that is gaining momentum. Even on this platform here, I've talked to several APC members and supporters, which is what should be the focus while trying to make these choices. I have persons from the Northwest or advocating for the Northwest who've come here and they've said the Northwest votes were the largest votes, some of the largest votes, the biggest votes that APC got. And that in fact, if in any scenario the Northwest votes are removed from the APC, then they can almost never compete in any election. And they say that if you do not give this key position to the Northwest, and perhaps you give it to a zone where you couldn't even get 25%, it's going to affect you politically. And on the other run, like you said, President Tinubu will not be a president of APC, he will be a president of Nigeria. So he still has to consider the country at large, even though the choice is not really his, but his choice or his backing gives whoever it is some level of higher advantage. So that being said, what do you make of that argument that you can't afford to alienate your support base?
To me, the issue of the legislative or the 10th assembly, I have said it times without number that we need to make some adjustment. Some of these legislative members are just going there for their selfish interests. It should be adjusted. You understand? From now till 4 to 8 years, any legislative that is not doing the right thing, it will be very difficult for anybody to emerge as a member of Rep or as a Senate. Because what? They are the ones that reshuffle the constitution. You understand? Governors are not in charge of amendment of the constitution. Those two bodies are in charge. But we keep on having a lot of mistakes with the constitution. They are not doing the right thing. The right thing need to be made, need to be adjusted. And in time of that, the leadership of the presidency should try as much as possible not to make a mistake that the past, the Night Assembly have made. It should be there should be unity. You understand? Everybody should be carried along. In terms of everybody should be carried along, the North, the South, the West should be carried along. They are Nigerians. If we make a mistake that now the Senate President we should leave it within the South, you understand? The region of where the President is coming and where the Vice President is coming, there is a selfish interest there. That means the other part, you understand, that they are not important, or we are trying to tell them that they have not contributed anything to us. You understand? But here, let us say the reality. Power should be shifted. The leadership of the 10th Assembly should be shifted. And the Senate, they have no problem. The problem now is the Speaker, which I have a full assurance it should be shifted to the Northwest. You understand? The competition. Why the Northwest? As you said initially, Northwest have provided the block vote to the president-elect.
But is this a political, reward?
It is not a political reward.
Issues of capacity.
It is not a political reward. But when you go on the calculations of those that have been speakers, you understand me? Those that have been speakers and those that have been deputy speakers, you will notice that the Northwest are really left behind. North Central had the former Senate President Bukola Saraki, you understand, at the first regime of President Muhammadu Buhari. The second regime of President Muhammadu Buhari, we have the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Idris Wasi. You understand? I expect, and presently now we are having the national chairman of the party. You understand me? Other zones are very important.
But you just said party, but it seems as though you are combining.
The the party are to make decision. The leadership of the party are to make decision on where it should be shifted. When they make decisions on where it should be shifted, there are a lot of candidates there, you understand, that will seek the support of the members of the legislative. You understand? Those that have qualified to go, there we go. But here what we are talking of is the party to decide on where it should be zoned. It is the party that decide on where the issue of zoning for the presidential, it will come on. And it comes to the zone of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. That is what gave him the courage to become the presidential candidate. And also, the party needs to do justice to it, zone it to the place that they know that zone have been left behind.
All right. Just to clarify, the APC didn't really zone. We saw the likes of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu competing against the current Senate president, who is from the north, and so on and so forth. But that aside, some persons, even within the APC, take for instance the House of Rep member in Oyo State, Akin Alabi. He made mention that it might not be fair to have pardon me, let me not misquote what I'm not sure about, but some APC members have said that it might not be fair to have a Muslim president, a Muslim vice president, and a Muslim Senate president, and that it's not just. In the course of the conversation, you've also spoken about zoning for fairness and justice and so on. So someone might wonder, what about pre-election, when we heard things like you just need competence and it doesn't matter if it's Muslim, it's the best man for the job. What about that?
It matters to me. What matters now is get somebody that has that capacity, that has that boldness in him to lead the 10th assembly. That is what we need. You understand? It's very important. We need those that are vocal. Let it not be because you have a lot of 60 to maybe 70 members, reps following you. Many of them are following because of the position you hold at the last assembly. And they will expect financial support from you. But what we are talking of here is the legislative of this country have a lot of correction, have a lot of mess. We need to adjust it. If there should be amendment of the constitution, let it be amended for the benefit of the citizens of Nigeria, not for themselves. You only see them ranting when it is time for adjustment of the constitution for the benefit of the country and the citizens. But when it is for their own salary and other things, they will join their hands together. So there should be an adjustment of the 10th assembly, and the party need to do it first. You understand? Because the Speaker of House of Reps will never come from an opposition party. It has to come from the party, from the ruling party. So the ruling party, which is governed by the members of the NWC and the national chairman, they should look into it very well. They shouldn't make mistake. All right.
It's interesting. Although something to an extent has happened like this with Senator Saraki, wherein he wasn't backed by a majority in his party and somehow he still clinched the position. But that aside, let's quickly end with this. The issue of youth participation. What can we expect in terms of youths being a key part of this government?
The youth have played a vital role in this government. They gave out their resources, they gave out their time, they sacrificed their life. But let me tell the youth the reality. The youth hands should be on deck. You understand? The youth should come out and let the winning government know that they have a place to partake in government. They shouldn't sit down and say, because I have participated, you understand, in the campaign and other things, I shouldn't come out. Come out and voice out. Go to media stations, give your own, with a good way of manner of approach. Don't abuse, but tell them, let them understand that you shouldn't be kept as messengers, you understand, as just clerks to ministers. No, you'd have a role to play in this new government. You understand me? So any youth that just see it because you have played a role, you have partaken in the campaign and other things, you are to sleep at home, you are getting it wrong. Come out as you have partake for them to make the government. The government have been made. Come out. It is not compulsory everybody must have position in this government, but at least there should be 20% of youth that are carried along in various positions.
All right. Thank you so much, Musa Maman Kontagora. Always good to have you. Thanks for coming. Hopefully we get to talk perhaps sometime after the inauguration or before then. Let's start to see the changes we should be expecting. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
All right. That's all we'll take for this segment of the program. We'll bring you some reports now. When we return, we'll delve into the second half with another guest. Stay with us. We'll be right back.